They say I'm talking. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the graduation ceremonies for the class of 2020. With Hoffray with a week wide connection at home. Hopefully, we find Mr. Hill running things in school. I would like now to sit back, relax, celebrate this incredible group of 18 individuals. And I've asked Mr. Dodd to perform the invitation for us. Ted?
Okay, everybody, can we pray together? Can you guys hear me? Okay, let's go ahead and pray. God, we want to pause and just join our hearts together as we pray for these graduates and for their grit, which they have shown in just being willing to work so hard to do school online and to finish the year well. Thank you for them. And we pray for the world that they will move out into, that you would please heal our world and make it a beautiful place, and find these fifth graders place in that world where they can use their gifts to better it and make it truly shine. And we know that they will. And we pray this all in your name. Amen.
Thank you so much. Well, we're not here to listen to me talk. We are not here to do anything but celebrate these 18 children. So let's turn it over to hear their voices, tell us about their reflections on what it is to them to be part of the Wheeling Everyday School community, particularly fifth grade year. Mr. Halal, I'll let you the video.
When I came to WCDS, I didn't have much self-confidence, so I was afraid that no one would like me. So I went up to many people in my class and said, "Do you want to be friends?" Often, no was their answer. So I tried to be kinder in my relationships and stop being mean to people. Slowly, I started to see that you can have more friends if you try. I learned to be a good friend, you have to be kind to people. I want the older grades to learn from my mistakes because we are the role models for the younger kids. So if they see you doing something good for someone, they will want to do the same. I know that we can make a difference in our school. I was sent to school to learn. It just didn't click. In third grade, I thought I came to school for one reason, so I could watch Gus score all the touchdowns at recess and watch Max rush for 1,000 yards. I have always had self-confidence when talking to everyone, but not so much when talking about academic problems. I thought I knew everything. I thought I would just get it. They noticed I did not like to learn. Then I had my first of many conversations with Miss H. She told me to fail, and I thought she was a psychopath. It took me a couple of years to realize what she really meant was, when you don't understand something, let the teachers help. That is what they're there for. Many teachers have helped me, like Miss Kalchek. She helped me with punctuation, spelling, and chunking words, and I thought I would never get long division. But with the help of Mr. McDonald and a little effort, Miss Rutherford showed me the importance of my self-awareness about how I learn. I learned by asking for help, but then when we were going over my progress report, she knows I may ask for too much help. Remote learning has been tough, but great at the same time. I usually tend to struggle with procrastination. I will say I'll do one thing, but I find a way to get out of it. Remote learning has taught me that the teachers are not going to remind me to get my homework done. I have to be a responsible fifth grader and do my work. As I said, I have always had self-confidence. I think I use it better for better things now. Plus, I know I can learn better by asking questions, and I understand the good that can come from failure.
There are 3 things I want you to know about me when I was little. I had extremely bad stage fright, I like creating things, and I wasn't very kind to people. Sometimes I got violent. I had stage fright both on stage and just with my friends. My first ever time on stage was when I was in JK3. I had my mom stand up next to the stage with me, and I still didn't follow the instructions for our show. As I got older, I understood that it wouldn't be bad to forget something, but it would be embarrassing. There have been some pretty stressful times in front of big audiences and me just saying things to my friends. But my parents, friends, and especially my teachers have helped me grow in my self-confidence. One thing I want to be remembered for is my creative mindset. When I was little, I made things, but I didn't quite reach that level. I have learned a lot from Mr. K and from my mistakes. I learned about paint and watercolor and dye. When we studied clay, I made a Godzilla. I formed it and put the black glaze on. Honest, it was black. It came out pink. I was so disappointed, but I still have it. I have been introduced to new ways of style and technique and learned from my mistake about glaze. About the violence of being mean. Yes, I did hit Micah on the head with a lacrosse ball. Yes, I did shut up Micah and get put in timeout at Micah's house by Micah's parents. But now that I'm more mature, I brought myself to realize I need to be more aware of my decisions and how they affect other people. So here I am in front of a big audience. I still have anxiety, but thanks to WCDS's open, friendly, supportive environment, my self-confidence has grown. I have new ideas and I can bring them to life. And though I am not perfect, I am proud of my changes.
I like the community of my school. When asked what I like best about Wheeling Country Day School, I respond, I like to hang out with my friends. We created things by the creek. We would make miniature huts and little mine shafts. We created a little community. In addition to my friends, I also like to work I have done with teachers. Mrs. Boyd taught me about communication, and we had fun with songs. Mrs. House helped me learn my timetables also by song. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32, 36, and 40. I enjoyed the field trip to Stone Lab. I didn't really like the mosquitoes and bugs, but heating the marshmallows and making s'mores was fun. My advice to someone that's coming to Wheeling Country Day would to be have fun, work hard, make some new friends, get to know the teachers, and get comfortable.
My first year at Country Day was a huge change for me. It was my 4th grade year, and it was nothing like my old school. I soon realized I wasn't up to par with my other 4th grade classmates. I was behind on a lot of things, and I certainly wasn't used to all the writing we had to do. Mrs. Kramer encouraged me all year to be the best writer I could be. It took me all year to adjust to be able to raise my hand in class or to share anything I had written. As I mentioned, I struggled with my multiplication facts and math. Mr. McDonald has been a huge part of my development in math and my self-confidence. He always helped me no matter what. If I didn't understand something, he would always try to explain it as best as he could. When he wasn't in the room, I did what I could, but I felt I couldn't do anything right. I appreciate all the help from my teachers, and I'm beginning to have this self-confidence that I can work on my own. I feel very comfortable at my school, and I love it more every day.
I'm not a good listener. As a part of leadership, we discussed communication. At first, I thought communication was just about someone talking and explaining. The other part is listening. And there is a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is a sound. It just happens. Listening is paying attention. You choose to listen. Bad things can happen when I don't listen. We had a pie contest in 4th grade. For my team, I was only supposed to bring in the eggs. My mom told me to take them to the kitchen. I heard that, but I didn't listen to the part about refrigerating them. The eggs were rotten, and my team was kicked out because no one wanted the judges to get sick. No s'mores floor pie for anyone. Good things do happen when I listen. There's a tradition at Christmas. My grandpa has a green pickle that he hides in the tree. The first one to find the pickle gets a reward. He gave one really fast, good hint. And not only I heard it, I listened. I won the money, but I had to split it with my brother. Even though I had not liked remote learning as much as being in the classroom, there is a good part. I'm the only one there, wrapped in a soft red and black blanket, sitting in a squishy chair. I can block out background noises, and no one says, "Hey, buddy, how about we race to the swings at recess?" Of course, I would have listened to that. To improve my listening, I try to stay focused. I try to choose to listen. I don't always do that well, but sometimes that's more because I'm forgetful.
Writing is something I've been doing my whole life and enjoy doing. WCS has given me many opportunities to be creative, like having art class and writing. In writing, I've been inspired to write whatever I think would make a good story. I have learned figurative language to become a better writer than before. In art, we are given a project to do, but are encouraged to put our own thoughts and ideas into it. Once we are given a chance to make whatever art project we wanted. I like that WCS lets us have a big imagination and doesn't restrict our creativity. WCS helps us learn from our mistakes, and believe me, everyone has a lot of them. In 4th grade, when we were doing the Native American report, I lost my entire sheet of notes and had to start all over again. This year, when we went to California, I lost my elf folder that had my elf persuasive essay inside. It took a month, but eventually I turned it in. In both instances, I was upset because I would have to do the work all over again. Once I did it, I realized it wasn't so bad after all. I also learned to keep better track of myself. Country Day has taught me many things that will probably be valuable throughout my entire life. I know that I want to have a good foundation and grow from that. That is exactly what Wheeling Country Day School gives its students, a good foundation to go out and learn more. After Castle Rock in 4th grade, I learned that I work better with a larger group than by myself. But I also learned that I should combine with people I can work with and who are into the project. I didn't really care about learning Spanish, but then I went to Spain and Portugal, and I was happy that I had a foundation in Spanish. I did not like electronics when we started Lego Robotics. Jules was the programmer, Asha ran it, Mac helped in lots of areas, and he boosted our emotions when we got down. He said, "We can do it." I supervised the technical parts, making sure it ran smoothly and everything was charged. We all had our jobs to do, and by doing them well, we had a good foundation and we won. I had a bad attitude in art. I was always doubting myself because I thought my art projects were awful. That changed because my friend Joel supported me by encouraging me and helping me with my sketches. Now I love my art and I don't doubt myself anymore. We all know sketches are the foundation of all artwork. Outside of school, I like to bake. For my birthday, I made my own cake from scratch. I also make cupcakes, peanut butter chocolate chip cookies, and my favorite, brownies. I have even learned how important a good foundation is for baking. You have to remember the right basic ingredients. I forgot the baking powder and my chocolate chips were wonky. I now know that I want to open a bakery in London with Jules. I have to start out on a good foundation and keep all my baking tips from my dad, my aunt, and my grandma. I will pursue my dream of baking and visited my very talented family on break.
Getting hit by a baseball, babysitting, losing a friend because of an argument, losing a family member, and coming to a new school in 5th grade. I've always been okay with challenges. I love sports. I play basketball, baseball, and football. My favorite is basketball. I started when I was 2. My dad taught me how to shoot when I was 2. I think I'm good at accepting challenges because I play sports, and in sports, you have to accept challenges. My biggest challenge was getting a concussion in football. I was playing quarterback. The center wasn't blocking for me, so the defensive tackle tackled me hard. My coach not only helped me with sports challenges, he helped me get through family stuff. I just came to WCDS this year. It was a challenge doing tests because at my other school, we learned 4th grade stuff. Now we learn stuff that is usually in higher grades. Playing games for math and reading has helped. When I came, I only knew my cousin. It was not a big challenge to make new friends. It was an easy time. Everyone helped me to assimilate into the class. I'm not shy at all. I always can go up and talk to somebody because I've always been okay with challenges in most things that I do. I've grown in my learning and as a person.
I am an idea man. I have had ideas to create a magnetic hoverboard, a Spider-Man slingshot, a Thanos gauntlet, and a bouncy ball claw machine arcade machines, and mechanical gloves with longer fingers. A year ago, I had an idea to make a toy car out of, get this, rolls of toilet paper. Can you imagine if I made a bunch of them? I could have disassembled them and sell them for big bucks as toilet paper. Most of my inventions are made out of cardboard because I have nothing else to make them out of. WCDS has given me a lot of opportunities, like the Cardboard Challenge and the Cardboard Challenge camps, which I have all attended, and they've been super fun. I've always felt supportive in my inventing ideas. My dad hangs all of my ideas on his office wall, and my best friend Mac has been my emotional cheerleader. Mrs. McFadden understands the frustrations of working on perler beads, and she knows when to tell me to take a break. Then there's art. I love art class when you just have a clean sheet of paper and you put your pencil on it. It's like grinding up all of your creativity juice into one bottle and pouring it on the paper. WCDS has taught me to think slowly and consider the little details. I haven't had a lot of success with most of my inventions. They break, and it's kind of frustrating, but I'm still determined. I just keep trying, and I guess that is the growth mindset. I encourage everyone to be creative, to take what you are thinking and to keep a journal. I don't, and I have lost a lot of my ideas. I hope to learn from that mistake also.
Hello, my name is Bella, and before coming to Country Day, I was homeschooled and struggled with reading and writing. It was hard at first, but then it got easier. I moved from the CML to the 5th grade classroom. I really appreciate the friendship I have found with Miss Kalchak and how she has helped me along with all the staff at Wayland Country Day. One thing I never thought I could do was write this speech. I have accepted the challenge of doing it. Before starting, it felt like I could never do it, and I was relieved once I started writing it. It's been a big struggle for me doing this. It helped me learn that if I really want something and try, I can do it. We switched to remote learning this year, and I like it because I can go on my own time and take breaks when I need. Even though it's easier for me to do remote learning, I still miss the campus. My favorite part about the campus was the creek. I really enjoyed 5th grade, and I'm excited to go into 6th grade with a big thank you to Wayland Country Day School.
Challenge. My class has discussed accepting challenges, making mistakes, and maybe even failing. But I learned and moved on. In 4th grade, we had a pie baking contest. We made a cherry pie. Most of it was burnt, except the cherries, which were not cooked. I never thought we would win, but I knew we would not lose because although we were technically last, we came in second to last. Another group did not have the correct ingredients. I was looking forward to this, and it didn't go the way I hoped it would. The next day, I was over it, and everything was good again. I like soccer. I get to be outside and on the move. When I was just beginning, I faced the challenge of being a ball hog, but I learned it's better to play as a team. I also really enjoy hunting. I get to be outside, but not on the move. I have to sit still and be quiet and calm. I don't like to sit still, especially when it's cold. When you don't sit still, you miss a lot. On top of that, I like to wait for the perfect moment. Not even one time have I been perfect. I have to think clearly, and my mind and movements don't always connect. I don't give up. I like the challenge and being pushed to the limits. I often face challenges because I don't like things to change. I'd rather keep my outside chores and do twice as many than change the inside chores. I never really liked school. Learning was a bit hard. Then I changed schools and came here when I was in 4th grade. That was a challenge. But now I kind of like school, and learning became much easier.
Thinking for yourself also means to not succumb to the pointless negative accusations that people throw at you while you're trying to improve yourself and learn from past mistakes. For example, peer pressure Peer pressure can be negative and positive. It can lower people's confidence and take away their ability to think for themselves, but it can also push people to do better things for themselves and others. When I was young, my family pushed me to do sports, making me try everything. I eventually decided on swimming. I complained and whined, but I also wanted to get better at it. I learned to like it because I don't get hot and sweaty. So I swim, and I've been swimming for 5 years. I always think about how to accomplish my goals, and I do this to be more efficient and keep things I want to create in order. I do this through trial and error. Say I have 2 ideas, I compare them and choose the one I like most. I also don't think you should take everything at surface level. Like, what did Zachary mean when he said I was being really rude? Should I take offense or push it off as a joke? Neither. I thought about the situation and what I said. I think about how I can better myself in math when I just can't keep focus on all the numbers that are thrown in my face. I bring myself back by snapping my fingers. In 4th grade, when we did the lockbox, I learned a lot about my classmates that day. I learned that most of us, including myself, don't like to work in groups and just work better alone. I learned that I can't concentrate on 2 tasks at the same time. And I learned that some people thrive in groups. This is how the lockbox worked. We were all one big team that had to solve a trail of clues, each leading to the other. The clock counts down 10 minutes, and we have to find keys to open the box. That day, we didn't succeed because we couldn't work together to solve the mystery. It's not a mystery, but I like best about WCDS. I like the thought that all the teachers put into the school year. Every teacher at WCDS thinks about every student and plans out every second of every day. I love that. That is why I love the school.
Wheeling Country Day School has been a challenge for me. When I first came, I was shy and quiet and unsure of my surroundings and nervous about making friends. I think all the teachers are nice. I have a hard time with math. Miss Howes, Miss Rutherford, Miss Stella, and Mr. McDonald all worked hard to help me memorize things and improve. I'm not very good at the times tables, but I still want to keep learning how to improve my math skills. Maybe something different from math for a change, but I'm working hard to get better. Whenever I first came to Wheeling Country Day School, I was very shy. I was surrounded by unfamiliar faces, but I started to talk more in class, and I began to open up to people who I now call my friends. Some of my favorite classes include art because I like to draw, writing since I love to write stories, and reading because I like to read. Some of my favorite memories are the field trips when we went to Stone Lab. We rode on a boat and caught fish in a net, and we looked at them in a bucket. They looked so weird. We then dissected a fish. Gross, but I had so much fun anyways. I also like going to the soup kitchen with my class to give out food. I want to help people, and I love to cook and bake cookies. I had so much fun giving to others with my class. But I'm not as shy, and I do want to keep learning how to focus more. I want to improve my skills and learn more. I will miss your words. Thank you for the memories.
Like several others in my class, I did not start at Wheeling Country Day School. I came in 2nd grade. I wasn't really a people person. I was very shy and I was on my own a lot, but I had my siblings and my cousins. I started branching out in 3rd grade. I was first friends with friends of my cousins. I became more successful making friends because I played football during recess. I became friends with the boys. I thought there was a lot of drama with the girls. With less drama in 4th grade, I added girls to my friends. But then I also got more into Kung Fu. Now in 5th grade, I'm friends with everybody. In 2nd, I cared what others said. I was scared to talk. Sometimes I overthink some things, and I randomly figured out that they were the same age as me, and I didn't care what others said. I thought, what can others do to me? I won't give them power over me. Looking at my future, I like that if I have a job to do, I do it. I feel like some will get into bad things, but I'll have no problem saying no. This has also led to better self-confidence, like my overcoming shyness and becoming a self-confident thinker who's not swayed by peer pressure.
Early in the year, I thought I wouldn't be very good working as a group in a group project. And then I turned on a growth mindset when I did the Lego Robotics trimester. Since 2nd grade, Jules and I wanted to be on the same Lego Robotics team, and we would win. In Lego Robotics, we had to build robots and figure out how to program them to do different challenges. My team, Jules, Emma, Mac, and I struggled at first. Our robot didn't function. We could not find instructions. We've lost a lot of stuff, including our chargers, so we had a dead computer. We needed a whole new program, and we were behind 1 to 2 months. Because of the time crunch, had to work extra days and recesses and lunchtimes. We were so far behind, there was no way to win. We were not a team, except for your challenge. To connect and see how we could all help. We had to accept each other. We risked it all by switching to a different website and starting from scratch. Sure enough, we started making more and more progress every day and trying different challenges. Then it was challenge day. The day where all the groups set up all their programs and see who could get the most points. The other group peacefully whispered to each other what to do. When it was our turn, we were literally yelling at each other at the top of our lungs. What are you doing? Get ready to start the program. And after that, we won. We accepted our challenges and mistakes, and we tolerated our differences and found everyone's unique strengths. I learned to grow from failure and differences and similarities. And teamwork, after all, does make the dream work.
The CML and WCDS have been my second home for many years. If you don't know what the CML is, it's a place for kids who have trouble learning in the way you would in a standard classroom. Every kid in the CML learns differently. That's why it's special for everybody that passes through. The CML stands for the Center for Multisensory Learning, and it really is a special place. The CML also helped me be more self-aware, which is a key part of moving forward. CML plays a big part in who I am today and how I learn. The teachers make it a safe environment for you not to be embarrassed about your learning limits. The fact that I already knew the people there helped a lot because I was surrounded only by encouragement. What I remember the most is there was not one day that I was there that they made me feel that I couldn't do anything. I attended the CML regularly for JK and SK. There was that day near the end of my CML time that I thought I had enough of it, so I left. In 4th grade, some things were more challenging for me, and I missed the CML, so I went back for 2 weeks. I went to CML because when I was in JK, there were signs of dyslexia. I didn't really grow out of it. I overcame it. It could show up again, making certain things more challenging than others. I don't really think it will ever show up again. I did what I could to overcome it. The hardest thing I was asked to do was look at a page and start reading. I had no idea where to start. The most fun thing we did in the CML was letter pairs with Coach Joe. I would lay on the floor and make my body into letters. I never see it in Q and U, and I don't think of the CML. And queen is my favorite word. The CML made the most difference in who I am. If you're ever having trouble, just ask for help. It's the easiest thing to do. It's not worth the countless meltdowns or all the times you just skipped it and hoped your teacher didn't notice. My advice for someone first coming to the CML, don't be afraid. Nothing gets anywhere if you're afraid to move it. I look different. Only 2% of people have red hair, naturally red hair. I startle easily when I'm concentrating. I have empathy for stuffed animals. I almost always think outside the box. I don't just see blocks, I see shapes that have symmetrical lines down the middle. I have a creative eye and a keen sense of visualization. I know I'm different. I have autism. I was diagnosed with autism when I was 7. It was hard for me to understand. I did not like having it because many kids make fun of people who are not the same as they are. With autism, I make different connections between things. This can make things easier or harder. I'm really good at math, but writing, not so much. Autism is not a bad thing. I have a different learning process, which is sometimes faster than others. I came to WCDS in 2nd grade, but before that, school was hard for me. The teachers throughout the time I've been here have helped me. They have taught me social skills, art, and most of the math I know. I have learned to walk away when I'm upset. WCDS has changed me for the rest of my life. We're taught here to tolerate differences and others, to recognize them as potential strengths. I want you to see and appreciate my strengths. I'm different doesn't mean I'm dumb or I don't know anything. Sometimes it's an advantage. This has been my best year yet. After coming in 3rd place on math field day, I feel respected for my math ability, and my classmates show me respect by asking for help. They see my real potential. I've made some really good friends. I fidget a lot.
I love music and playing piano. I build Lego sets using the directions, and I also like making up my own creations. I am good at art and math. I see things differently. Yes, I have autism, but if you do or you know someone who has autism, look for the strengths and the differences. And don't worry, it's a good thing.
I can remember when you fit in the palm of my hand. You felt so good in it, no bigger than a minute. How it amazes me, you're changing with every blink, faster than a flower blooms. They grow up all too soon. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. I never felt so much in one little tender touch. I live for those kisses, your prayers and your wishes. And now you're teaching me how only a child can see. Tonight while we're on our knees, all I ask is please let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. So innocent, precious soul. Turn around, and it's time to let them go. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, but let them be little. I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you. set. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you that this life becomes all that you wanna do. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants to say thanks to. Yeah, this is my My wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you. To say thanks to, yeah, this is my wish for you, please. This is my wish for you. Hope you know somebody loves you, for you. May all your dreams be
I think you all have to agree with me that that is one beautiful graduating class. As is our tradition, we do have certain awards that we like to give out. And I'm going to ask Mr. Hladek to actually start the slideshow. As we do very well, we are doing the audible. And I'm outside on the phone because my Wi-Fi isn't working well. So Mr. Hladek is running everything for us at school. So each year, it is my honor and privilege to get the opportunity to bestow certain gifts on students in grades 4th and 5th. Now that we have a middle school, students in grade 4 through 7 are eligible for some of these awards. Next slide, Mr. Hladek. The Capel Scholar. Based on academic enthusiasm, demeanor, congeniality, and leadership, this scholarship is awarded to 2 people this year. Brady Anderson, who received his award yesterday when we delivered diplomas, and 6th grader Victor Slack. Congratulations to you both. The Fine Arts Award is awarded to that student who shows growth, understanding, creativity, excitement for learning, and a love for the arts as a way to express herself and discover more about herself. And that's Ella Landini. Congratulations, Ella. The Catherine Edwards Science Award, dedicated to longtime faculty member and dear friend Catherine Edwards, given to that student who shows high interest in science, puts forth consistent effort in science class, and creatively problem solves. The recipient also possesses the ability to collaborate and communicate ideas with others. And this year it goes to Asher Chow. The Jane Hanna Award for writing, Jane was a longtime teacher at Wheeling Country Day in second grade. And upon her retirement, this award was done in her honor for the student who exemplifies not only those personal qualities upheld by the school, but who also has the appreciation for the written word, be it prose or poetry. This student's writing exemplifies her love of learning, respect for others' opinion, creativity, and pride in one's work. And according to the faculty, Jules Burke is very deserving of that award. The Janet Honecker Award, recognizing outstanding performance in world language classes and language arts throughout the WCDS career. The students shall also have demonstrated the qualities of good citizenship within the Wheeling Country Day School community. And Mac Parsons, we couldn't be more proud than to give you this award. And finally, the award that is absolutely dear to my heart, the Wheeling Country Day School Award, given to that student who best reflects the heart and the spirit of our school. And the faculty could not be more proud than to give this award to Emma Seibert. So this, my friends, is the class of 2020. Brady Anderson, James Bedway, Bella Bishop, Jules Burke, Hunter Berkey, Asher Chow, Ava Kreil, Micah Dodd, Jack Hazlett, Ella Landini, Bryce Marsteller, Darren McCormick, Sophia Nixon, Mac Parsons, Carrington Polis, Emma Seibert, Patrick Walsh, and Kalijah Yan. But you know what? It's not about my reading the names. It's about the handing off of the diplomas. So let's let our board chair, John Bedway, start us on the handoff of our diplomas for this year.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations.
Mr. Hladek, we're not seeing that. That's all right, kids. What do we say? Failure is a way to learn.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations.
I would like to reach out my hand, tell you to run. Nobody say, nobody on. Well, pick me up with golden hand. Tell you to run. Nobody say, nobody on. Well, I would like to hold my little hand. I will cry. I would like to hold my little hand. I will cry. Send me away. Send me away. Send me on my way. 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 I would like to reach out my hand, tell you to run. Nobody say, nobody on. Now pick me up where golden hair. Tell you to run. Nobody say, nobody on. Well, I would like to
class of 2020. And I have to give a personal thank you to my older daughter, Grace Landini, who assembled that video for all of us. What a fun way to hand out diplomas this year. And I'm not sure we would do it any other way in years to come. Now, before we listen to one of our guest speakers tonight, I just want to say to the class of 2020 that you have amazed me. In the midst of your 5th grade year, when it was your turn to blossom and it was your turn to shine, we had to close the campus and you had to go home. And you didn't once skip a beat. You kept learning, you kept doing your assignments, you kept asking for more, and you kept finding ways to keep the adults on our toes. 5 years ago, I reminded the adults that if you look to the children, their eyes are always looking to the sun. That was never more true than in the past 8 weeks. We have survived remote learning because the children were ready to learn. And the 5th grade, more so than any class, just kept asking for more. When we think back about the year, one of the highlights for everybody is the Easter egg scavenger hunt. And that was all you guys. I just want you to remember, as you move forward in your lives, there are going to be challenges. And the truth is, you've already faced the biggest challenge that many adults have faced in their lives. And you did it beautifully. And you drug the rest of us along with you so that we did it beautifully well as well. And I just want to thank you because the 18 of you lifted us all up and put us on your shoulders and said, we got this. And you brought everybody with you and we've made it. And if that were not clear to everyone, they certainly saw it on the day you launched the weather balloon. So I'm going to ask Mr. Hladik now to flip on to the Flipgrid, which is a place for families to visit after our presentation tonight so that you can see all the well wishes of the entire faculty, of all the stars that were going to be part of our Celebrate had we been able to have that opportunity in March. But you're also going to hear a special wish from a NASA scientist who happened to take note of the good work you did. So Mr. Hladik, will you share that with us, please?
Hello, my name is Marcia Domack. I'm a scientist at the NASA Langley Research Center in Hampton, Virginia. I would like to congratulate your 5th grade class on your graduation from Wheeling Country Day School. I got to see a video of your balloon launch that you had last week, and I was very impressed at how smooth the launch went. I salute your teachers for their inspiration and creativity in getting your class together for the launch, and I know you're excited to find out whether your flight predictions were accurate. But I was also impressed with how safely you behaved during the launch, wearing your masks and practicing social distancing. It shows that you are becoming not only good scientists, but responsible citizens. So keep up the good work. Whether you go on to the same or different middle and high schools, you will always remember the good friends and excellent teachers that you had at Wheeling Country Day School. I wish you all the best in your continuing education. Congratulations.
So while you got to hear Marcia speak, you will see there are many, many others who have wished you well. People who are leaders in our community who reached out to make sure that the class of 2020 knew that our community is paying attention, and they're very proud of you. So with that, our graduation ceremony comes to an end. Typically, the graduates would walk down the aisle at this point with all of the school following behind them. Instead, tonight, from the comforts of your own home, please go over to YouTube to see the live premiere of The Show Must Go Online. And I couldn't be more proud of you and your teachers for the work you did remotely, because after all, you are virtually the best class we've ever had at Wheeling Country Day School. And to the 5th grade parents, we have been on a long ride together, my friends. And I can't thank you enough for the support you have given us. And to my own daughters, we've had some rough 5th grade years, and I wouldn't change them for the world. Thank you all for reminding us that the children will show us the way. Learn something new, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Stay safe, and we'll see you back at 8 Park Road soon enough. Please join us now on YouTube to watch the premiere of the school's play, The Show Must Go Online. And later, join Flipgrid to see all of the commencement speeches. Congratulations, 2020. And I miss you all. Bye.
So as we head to YouTube, please go to our YouTube channel, click videos, and the Show Must Go Online will be on there. You may have to restart because we had a premiere set, and apparently YouTube just hits play whenever they feel like it. So go ahead and restart it, and it's up there to go. Thanks very much, everybody. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Is that Luke talking?